Hey y'all, welcome back. Today we're checking out the man who fought with a longbow and a sword in World War II.
Mad Jack, the man who fought with a longbow and a sword in World War II.
Wow.
John Malcolm Thorpe Fleming Churchill was born in Hong Kong and
That's a lot of
graduated from the
names.
Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst in
I'm sorry,
1920.
wait, what? Hong Kong?
Was born in Hong Kong and graduated from the Royal Military Academy at Sandhurst in 1926. He would later earn the nickname Mad Jack or Fighting Jack for fighting with a longbow, bagpipes, and a sword in World War II.
Bagpipes? Hang on.
Stationed
What do you do with a bagpipe? Bagpipes. A bagpipe setup. What do you do with that? How do you fight with that? It could be kind of like an Aztec death whistle. Instills fear in the hearts of your enemies. Or laughter.
Stationed at Burma with the Manchester Regiment in the British Army during peacetime, made Mad Jack restless. It was during the interwar years, in the 30s, that he would master the bagpipes and ride his motorcycle across the entire Indian subcontinent.
I'm confused. Hang on. Who is this guy? I think he's British. But he was born in Hong Kong, and he's riding his motorcycle across India and Burma. There's a photo of him. Wow. Jack Churchill. Any relation? I would imagine not. They probably would have mentioned that by now. Churchill was born in Colombo, British, to Alec Fleming Churchill. There he is. This guy. This is his smile, y'all. What a badass.
In 1936, after moving to England, Mad Jack left the army and became a model and a movie extra. He would also practice a new skill, archery, and became so good that he represented Great Britain at the World Archery Championships in 1939. When war arrived, Mad Jack returned to the British Army and the Manchester Regiment as an officer and was shipped off to France. During the Battle of France in 1940, Mad Jack led small raids on the enemy as the British Expeditionary Force was on the retreat from the Germans' relentless advance.
He's stabbing people?
Using a longbow and a Scottish broadsword as his weapon of choice, he became the only soldier known to have felled an enemy with a longbow in the war when he landed a shot on the enemy Feldwebel with a barbed arrow.
Okay. Can you imagine being in the war where there's guns and tanks and all this modern stuff going on, and then you see your buddy get hit with an arrow? What? Huh? What year is this? He was really good with it. I guess he was highly skilled, so great. Yeah. But how many arrows can you carry at once? You know? You can carry a lot more bullets than you can carry arrows, I think. Yeah, of course you can, because they're smaller, right? This is crazy. Has there been a movie made about this guy? Jack Churchill movie. Oh, there was. Mad Jack Churchill. It was made... Oh. No, this isn't... This is his IMDb page. He has an IMDb page. Wow. Yeah. His real name was John Churchill. Wow. What was he in? He was in Ivanhoe, The Thief of Baghdad, A Yank at Oxford. All right. Wow. He was acting, and then he went to war. Amazing.
Longbow in the war when he landed a shot on the enemy Feldwebel with a barbed arrow. When asked why he did this, he replied, "Any officer who goes into action without his sword is improperly dressed." During the retreat to Dunkirk, Mad Jack was shot in the neck. When asked how it happened, he replied, "German machine gun," casually.
Oh, he survived.
He would also win the Military Cross for bravery after rescuing a wounded British officer from a German ambush.
Oh, great.
After Dunkirk, Mad Jack signed up for the Commandos, and when his training was complete, he was sent to Vagsø, Norway in 1941 as second in command of No. 3 Commando in Operation Archery.
Okay.
As he left the landing craft, Mad Jack played March of the Cameramen on his bagpipes and then led his men ashore with his...
March of the what?
Mad Jack played March of the Cameramen on his...
Okay, we have to hear March of the Cameramen. Okay, all right. I'm not going to play the whole thing, but y'all, it sounds like every other bagpipe piece that I've ever heard. Bagpipes are funny to me for some reason. I think like because they're played at funerals and it's such a somber occasion. But then to hear this makes me laugh. I don't know why.
As he left the landing craft, Mad Jack played March of the Cameron Men on his
calling
bagpipes,
attention to
and
himself.
Then led his men ashore with his broadsword waving in the air. The German garrison at Vogso was quickly defeated. Prisoners were taken, and the artillery batteries captured, along with shipping destroyed on Malloy Island.
They're like,
For this
oh my
action,
God.
Mad Jack received his second military cross.
Wow.
In 1943, in Italy, Mad Jack led 2 commando with the objective to destroy German artillery and observation posts in the town of Piglioletti. Even though the town was well defended and outnumbered, Mad Jack organized his men into 6 parallel columns, who instead of using stealth tactics all shouted, "Commando!" The German defenders, as a result, were confused into thinking the shouting, which was coming from all directions in the darkness, was a much bigger force. In this skirmish, the 50 men of No. 2 Commando took 136 prisoners.
Wow.
Mad Jack.
So there were 50 British people, and they took 136 prisoners. How do you do that? How do you keep them under guard? How many Nazis were there total there, I wonder? That's amazing. Instead of being stealthy, they just started screaming their asses off. And the Nazis were like, oh my God? What is oh my God in German? The German language is really funny to me. Oh mein Gott. See? It's almost the same.
Oh mein Gott.
Oh mein Gott. Oh mein Gott.
Took 136 prisoners.
Amazing.
Mad Jack, who was assisted by Corporal Raffel, took 42 German prisoners and captured a mortar crew using his broadsword. After marching the prisoners down to British lines, he said, "I maintain that as long as you tell a German loudly and clearly what to do, if you are senior to him, he will cry, 'Jawohl,' and get on with it enthusiastically and efficiently, whatever the situation."
Oh.
After losing the broadsword
that
in
explains a lot,
combat
actually.
earlier, he later went to the town on his own to retrieve it. On the way, he met an American patrol going towards the enemy lines when they should have been going the other way, so he told them that he wouldn't come back for a bloody third time.
Okay. What? Mad Jack. He is mad. He dropped his sword or it got knocked out of his hand. The battle was over. They evacuated, retreated, whatever you call it. He went back to get his sword. They make more swords. What are you doing? This is nuts. This needs to be a movie. No one would believe it, though. No one would believe it.
He met an American patrol going towards the enemy lines when they should have been going the other way, so he told them that he wouldn't come back for a bloody third time. In 1944, Mad Jack was in Yugoslavia leading British commandos.
Wait, did he get the sword? I'm going to assume he got that sword. Damn, Jack. Wow.
And now Yugoslav partisans. 44. Mad Jack was in Yugoslavia leading British commandos and now Yugoslav partisans.
Of course he was.
Attacking the vital hill called Point 622 on the island of Brac in the Adriatic Sea against the Germans. Heavy casualties were caused, and soon Jack was alone and out of ammo.
The bagpipes.
With no hope left, Jack started playing songs on his bagpipes until he was knocked unconscious by a frag grenade and captured by the German defenders.
Jack. Put the bagpipes down. Get those arrows flying. And pick up a gun. Maybe this was part of the plan, though. Maybe he wanted to be captured. No, I doubt it. That's not Jack's style.
Until he was knocked unconscious by a frag grenade and captured by the German defenders. He was first sent to Berlin and interrogated, as it was thought that because of his real name, he was a relative of Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and afterwards sent to Sachsenhausen concentration camp.
Hang on. What is Sachsenhausen in English? Live. Sachsenhausen. So that's where the Sacs live. Okay.
Prime Minister Winston Churchill, and afterwards sent to Sachsenhausen concentration camp. But in September 1944, Mad Jack and an RAF officer escaped the camp by crawling under barbed wire through an abandoned drain and set out to walk to the Baltic coast.
Shawshank Redemption.
Captured. Now sent to a new camp in Niederdorf, Austria, Mad Jack escaped again on April 1945.
Then he met Morgan Freeman on the beach, working on a boat. Just kidding.
to a new camp in Niederdorf, Austria, Mad Jack escaped again on April 1945.
Wait, he escaped and then got caught?
Set out to walk to the Baltic coast, but were then captured.
Okay, they were captured.
Now sent to a new camp in Niederdorf, Austria, Mad Jack escaped again on April 1945, taking the opportunity to get away when the lighting system failed in the darkness of night. He walked 150 miles through the treacherous terrain of the Alps, surviving on vegetables that he had liberated from gardens. 8 days later, and with a sprained ankle, he found a U.S. armored column and was sent back to England. Jack was frustrated that the war in Europe was all but over, so made his way to the Pacific Campaign to join the battle against the Japanese in Burma.
Wow.
By the time he arrived, the atomic bombs had been dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
This guy doesn't stop.
Mad Jack was so unhappy, he said, "If it wasn't for those damn Yanks, we could have kept the war going another 10 years.
He wanted it.
After the war, Mad Jack continued to seek danger, qualifying as a parachutist, then transferring to the Seaforth Highlanders, and later ending up in Palestine in 1948 as second in command of 1st Battalion, the Highland Light Infantry. During an ambush on a Jewish medical convoy by Arab forces, Mad Jack, with only 12 men and in full military dress, marched under fire to the convoy to offer its evacuation. "I grinned like mad from side to side," he said afterwards, as people are less likely to shoot at you if you smile at them. He would later coordinate the evacuation of 700 Jewish doctors, students, and patients from the hospital atop Jerusalem's Mount Scopus. Mad Jack would retire from the Army in 1959 with 2 awards of the Distinguished Service Order.
That's all? He needs more.
Subscribe for more.
Wow. I think this guy may have been a psychopath, you know? Because of the bagpipe skills. No one who plays the bagpipe is normal. They're asking for abuse. This is a Renaissance man. How did he die? What finally took him down? Churchill died on March 8th, 1996 at 89 years old. Oh my God, I hope I make it to 89. I hope you all make it to 89. Well, they don't say how he died. Probably something boring if they don't mention it, you know? Okay. How did he die? Oh, there he is playing the bagpipes. It just says that he did die. You know what that means, y'all? He pooped to death. I'm sorry to say. Diarrhea. I think the Battle of Britain was going on right now. 84 years ago? 84 years ago. Wild. A sword and a longbow? Glad he was on our side, you know? Dang. Wow. Well, thank y'all for watching this with me. And I want to thank my patrons. I hope you're all doing well. And I'll see you next time. Later.